Jai Gurudev. So you've just installed the Anubandha app from the App Store or the Play Store, and this is how it looks. So this is a nice welcome. Click on next, and next this just shows you what all it can do, and then get started. So the first thing that you see is the fact that I'm recording this video at night because it says good night. If it was in the day, it would have said good day, good morning, or good afternoon. So let's get to the first thing that we can do. One, we can add groups and contacts. So for example, I have this tab which says groups, and then I have another tab which says people. So of course I can add people manually. I can add a person, put in the full name and phone number, email address, date of birth, whatever details I want to, their address, whether they should be DND, do not disturb. Similarly, I can create a group of people. So groups could be courses, an interaction where a group of people come together. That's why it's called group. So you can also add a new group manually. Maybe you can give a group code, a unique ID or something. You can arrange groups into type, example, happiness program. Give it a date or a location. All these are optional things. Give it a location, for example, country, state, whatever. You can create a group. You can also add an image to the group, for example. So this is a way in which you can manually create groups and people. But the interesting way comes when you can import an Excel sheet. So all I do is come to this screen. Now if you don't see this contact and groups, you can always come to settings and you can scroll down all the way to the import, export and backup, and the first one is import CSV or Excel. So this is a way in which we can import groups, people, or I have a special thing called registrations. Basically it will import groups and people together, and registrations is something we all know. You can export your participant data from the CRM, and there's another video where I show how to do that. And then just go and pick this file. So I'm going to pick this packs list, which is where I've exported that data. And you can see this one will have all the data of that's there in my registration, this thing. I'm not going to scroll all the way because it will show you some data which you might not want to see. So what I do is I come here. Now this comes the interesting part. This is a column mapping. Now for most cases, I've already given you presets, but you can always make your own. So for example, if I look at the group details, when we were doing a manual group add, we could add a course ID and a course type. So this just says in the file that you've imported, the course ID should come from which columns, okay? It's actually the course ID column. I can do this manually for each of these things, but thankfully I've actually done the hard work for you. All you have to do is click on a saved column mapping and it actually puts in all this data. So if you scroll down, it says actually which column should be mapped to which entity. So I've put in all these things, and then all I have to do is start the import. So when I start the import, there's a standard warning which basically tells you that, hey, if you just have an Excel sheet, make sure you own that data, you have access, you have the right to access that data before you put it in. And then all you do is click proceed and it's going to do all the magic. Now if you have downloaded the Excel sheet from the CRM, and maybe you do this after you've done a new course and you have some older data, When we do this import, it actually makes sure it does not import the same record twice. So if it's already there, it's not going to overwrite it. So this is a nice safety feature that's built into the app. So it's going to take some time because I have lots of people who have done course with me. And we'll see it's done. So it says import complete. It tells you how many records it was able to parse and import, and if there were some errors in. So go ahead and say OK, and you'll see that there are all these people. Now I'm going to go into my settings and I'm going to turn on the demo mode so that no one's data is actually inadvertently released on a public YouTube video. So if you're showcasing the app to someone, this is something that you can actually do. So you can see it obfuscates all the details. And that's how you bring in all your contacts and courses into the app.